the champion league.
305, donde surgen los campeones. Super special, exciting guest star, part of the 305 Fights team. And he brings the energy and his professionalism, Mr. Rodolfo Roman. Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
I'm so happy to have you because you're going to bring a perspective. Like we say, we want to communicate, educate, and inspire. Of course, well, and just in case people don't know you, you're Rodolfo Roman.
Get up and let's get loud.
You're Rodolfo Roman. Where is Rodolfo Roman from?
Well, I was born here in Miami, Florida. I know sometimes I get, are you really from here? And you have an accent or you change your accent. I go, yeah, I do change my accent. So what? But that's what you got to do in media. You try to have that neutral accent so they really can.
And where are your parents from?
My parents are both from Nicaragua.
Okay, awesome. And we talked about this earlier. That's what I love about the 305 Dade County. 305 is a movement, a culture, because we have people from all over the world. It is actually a real melting pot. Mm-hmm. And you also have the Roman show. Talk to us about that. You're in broadcasting and whatnot.
Yeah, that's right. By heart, I am a journalist. That's what I studied in school in Florida International University. I'm a Golden Panther. And the Roman show, basically, we welcome fighters of combat sports in general, pro wrestling, and heavy metal. I'm a huge, big, die-hard heavy metal fan. From Metallica to Iron Maiden to Avenged Sevenfold. That is, hell, bring me the horizon. I have the shirt right now. To me, music is like is my oxygen.
Awesome.
Aside from combat sports.
You know what? You just mentioned 305 Fights because 305 Fights is combat sports, all of combat sports, entertainment. We co-produce our own music. We're going to have actually a casting coming up. 305. For example, you just did Titan FC, UFC Pass. By the way, that we're talking about that. How do you see combat sports locally?
I think that's grown a lot from when I started back in the early 2000s when I was a teen, getting into these promotions, trying to cover it for the Miami Herald and then Nuevo Herald when no one really cared to cover it. There were times that you rarely saw mixed martial arts. They still thought about it as the late Senator John McCain called it human cockfighting, and they really didn't have a sense of respect. And I think that being here in Miami, the Hispanic population, of course, they have a passion for boxing, and they really didn't understand too much about combat sports or mixed martial arts in general when it comes to wrestling and jiu-jitsu and so forth. So, and to this day, if you go to Latin America, they're still trying to get an understanding of jiu-jitsu and all that.
Correct.
So it took time. So fast forward to now, I think that people are appreciating it. They're attending. You see it at 305 Fights. You see it at all these great promotions. You see the Hispanics going, oye, tírale abajo, la lucha, la lucha. So they know now. They know it's not just the hands.
That's one of the things that we're doing here in 305 Fights TV is, again, communicating, educating, inspiring. Also, shout out to Global Legion. Listen, all the combat leagues, XFN, Combat Nights. I continue mentioning everybody, and if I forgot you, I'm sorry. Contact us. I want to cross-promote because we want to promote combat sports, martial arts, and entertainment in general. And you know that we bring artists, because in our symbol says unity is power, and I think coming together is power. Talk about the local scene, and you do so much behind the scenes. Tell a little bit of people that they don't know what happens behind the scenes.
A lot goes on. On a personal level, many people think that it's just very easy to get inside the cage, just grab a mic and start screaming, which, mind you, I don't scream, for those that really want to know. It takes a lot of education personally to know and study the fighter, whether how you pronounce it, where they're from, how they want to be presented. And honestly, for me, I think that the hardest part or the most challenging part is just that 30, 20-minute window prior to the show, because I have to psych myself up, really calm myself down and really relax, because you have all the lights and the music and the people and the cheering. So how do I take that all away and just focus and zone in?
Like right now we're talking and on the camera, commentating, announcing. try it. You'll see it's not that easy. You got to be first educated about it. You know, when I'm doing this now, I find myself, I have to educate myself about it. Number one. Number two is have the ability to communicate and transfer that through a platform of entertainment and media. So, and let me tell people behind the scenes, you know, the fighters are getting ready, the promotion is getting the cage, is promoting it. There's a lot of things that go behind the scene, correct?
A lot. There is a lot that behind the scenes. I have to coordinate, of course, with the promoter. Maybe they want a certain thing. Maybe they don't want a certain thing. Sometimes I have to remind the promoter or whomever is handling the ring girls. Hey, get the ring girls at this time. Or, you know, I'll always never forget when I had one of my producers back 6-7 years ago with UFC Fight Pass. He worked for the UFC. He told me, hey, the cage is your stage and you are the floor manager and you call the shots. So you tell the fighters where they need to be. You tell the referee where they need to be. And if the promoter needs to come in with the belt, you are the director. So people don't understand that. Right. I just don't show up and have a microphone. No,
right.
The cage is my stage. I tell you when to look at the camera, where to look at the camera, and I set the tone.
Yes. You said floor manager. And you know what? You're correct. And I'll take this time to thank you. I appreciate that. We are more professional because of your professionalism. I thank you so much in that. I'm looking forward to becoming bigger and better. Like you've seen, we have upgraded. We're expanding. We're going to a different level. What do you think about our expansion?
Well, I mean, if we go back to that first show to where we are right now, it's really a 360. And it shows how much of a passion that you have to give a stage, a professional platform to all these fighters. You and with all the other promotions, that's what they're doing. We're not setting up here, in general, we're not setting a backyard fight. Yeah. You know, we have the stage, we have the lights, and that goes for all the promotions. You know, they're doing a good job. They're trying to do things as they are because MMA already had that bad rep, right? Now it's kind of cleaned up. We're on, you know, ESPN, UFC, you know, UFC is on ESPN, Bellator is with Paramount, and we want to continue that respect for it.
Now that you're talking about worldwide, what's happening in combat sports is incredible. The one biggest Asian company just signing a contract with TNT. 90 million American homes they're going to come into. Mm-hmm. Bare Knuckle is, I believe, signing with the Showtime. UFC is expanding. They go into China, obviously Russia, Central and South America now. So I think it's an incredible time for combat sports and entertainment. What do you think?
It sure is. You know, I've traveled before Corona, and I was a lot in Asia. And it's funny. I was at the airport about I want to say 2 years ago, and I was in Tokyo, and this guy just shows up at the bar and says, "Hey, you're the guy from UFC Battalion?" I said, "Yes." So it just goes to show you that how much this thing has a reach.
Yes.
All over the world.
Yes.
And I had an opportunity to go to one of the gyms in Japan, and it's a beautiful thing how everyone does their thing. I had a chance to train in Thailand in the Yakao gym with Sanchai, one of the biggest known.
Yeah, because you know another
Thais.
thing is that you bring to this. Many people know. You practice martial arts and you work out in martial arts. Talking about the world, the UFC is happening tonight. We have a local South Florida fighter, Charles Rosa, undefeated fighting from American Top Team since Roger Crawl. We have the big heavyweights fighting. What do you think about the card in the UFC?
Oh, we can't forget Danny Chavez too from Miami.
Yes.
And Colombian.
He's fighting, but he's not fighting in this card.
Yeah, he is the 20th tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
That's right.
I thought he was fighting on the next card.
No, the 20th. We got Charles, we got Danny, and we got the heavyweights, the main event.
The Colombian warrior, Danny Chavez.
Good friend of mine.
Yeah, awesome person. He deserves everything.
Great trainer too.
Yes, correct.
Great trainer.
305. Dale duro, bang. Dale duro, bang. Dale duro, bang.
Things to come. Again, what is your social media handle? Where can they get in contact with you?
Absolutely. You can follow me at RomanDH on Instagram and Twitter. And you can follow the podcast at The Roman Show on Twitter and Roman Show Media on Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. And if you want to get a hold of any of the guests or anybody that we can help in South Florida at 305, www.305.tv, Cachita Universal Studios, NTV USA. Get the application, promote, support. March 27th, we have champions defending the title. We have a pro contract. Then we have pros amps coming together. Thank you so much for being part of that. Thank you for being the team. Again, with professional people, with positive people, we become more professional and more positive. Any shout outs, any thank yous?
I want to thank you, and I want to thank all those promoters that have given me that opportunity to share the stage, because I think pretty much I've worked for almost every promotion in Miami, to say the least.
Yes.
And they've all been great. You know, they said every time I go on stage, it's an opportunity for me to get better. It took 10,000 hours for the Beatles to get where the Beatles are. So the more I do it, the better I get.
You know, we had just had a fighter that fought in our previous card's going to fight in this card. And I told him, experience is the best teacher. And we're providing a platform to get this experience. And this is what makes you better, is this experience. Thank you for this experience. I was looking forward to it. I enjoyed it. We're going to have you again more.
Absolutely.
Mr. Rodolfo Roman, The Roman Show, Elio Shen Tarago, ThriftFights.tv. Again, I want to thank everybody involved, all the coaches, all the schools, everybody that supports combat sports entertainment. We're going to have a casting for the entertainment. Make sure we have a platform for singers and rappers.
How about a heavy metal band?
Believe it or not, I've been talking to somebody, and,
Okay.
and he owns a mixed martial arts gym.
Oh, man. We get a little mosh pit in there somewhere. That'd be great.
Mr. Diego from the KO Zone. Believe it or not, he has a heavy metal band.
No way.
Incredible musician, producer.
Okay.
Yeah, we're exposing the talent.
I love it.
En el 305, donde suben los campeones, Thrill Fights, where the champions rise.